Hey, sixth grade. Hope you're having a great day. Today in math, we are going to be talking about solving equations. This covers page 249 and 250 in your book. So first of all, an equation uses an equal sign to show that two expressions are equal. An algebraic equation contains an unknown number that is represented by a letter. A lot of times in your book, that's going to be n or x, which is, remember, why we don't use x for a multiplication sign with these. So the first example shows n plus 8 equals 5 times 6. So we solve what we know. 5 times 6 is 30, so n plus 8 equals 30. If we do something to one side, we have to do it to the other. So n plus 8 minus 8 equals 30 minus 8. So 30 minus 8 equals 22, which means n equals 22. The goal is to get the variable or the letter by itself. Whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other side. So the next example is 6n equals 8 plus 4. Well, 6n equals 12. So then I divide both of those sides by 6 to get n by itself. So 6n divided by 6 becomes n. 12 divided by 6 becomes 2. So n equals 2. To check that, we just plug it in and see if it works. So 6n, 6 times 2, equals 8 plus 4. Well, 6 times 2 is 12. 8 plus 4 is 12. So that is correct. Remember, a fraction bar means division. So n over 6 is n divided by 6. So n divided by 6 equals 16 minus 9. Well, 16 minus 9 is 7. So then we multiply each side by 6 to get n by itself. So 6 times n over 6 just makes n by itself. And then we have to multiply 7 by 6. 7 by 6 is 42, so n equals 42. To check that, we would plug 42 in for n. So 42 divided by 6 equals 16 minus 9. Well, 42 divided by 6 is 7, and 16 minus 9 is 7, so yes, they are equal. Okay, let's do some of the examples, or some of the problems from the book. We're going to do 1a, that is x plus 3 equals 27 divided by 9. Well, 27 divided by 9 is 3. So x plus 3 equals 3. So I'm trying to get x by itself. So I subtract 3 from each side. So x equals 3 minus 3, which is 0. To plug it in, to check it, let's see if it works. 0 plus 3 equals 27 over 9. Well, 0 plus 3 is 3, so 3 equals 3. So x does indeed equal 0. 1b, n over 5 equals 7 plus 4. So 7 plus 4 is 11. So n over 5 equals 11. Well, if I want to get n by itself, I'm going to have to multiply by 5. So both sides times 5 times 5. That cancels those out. Oh, sorry, I did the x. n equals 11 times 5. 11 times 5 is 55. So n equals 55. To check, 55 over 5 equals 7 plus 4. Well, 55 divided by 5 is 11. 7 plus 4 is 11. So yes, those match. So n does indeed equal 55. Okay, 1d, we're going to skip over c. n minus 8 equals 4 times 3. Well, 4 times 3 is 12. So n minus 8 equals 12. I add 8 to both sides. N equals 12 plus 8, which is 20. To see if that works, 20 minus 8 equals 4 times 3, 12, 12. And those are indeed equal, so n equals 20. Now we're going to skip on to 2d. We're doing the exact same thing. So 9x equals 6 times 6. Remember, when it's a letter and number next to each other like that, it means it's times. So 6 times 6 is 36. So 9x equals 36. So then I'd have to divide both sides by 9 to get x by itself. Well, 36 divided by 9 is 4, so x equals 4. To see if that works, 9 times 4 equals 6 times 6. 36 equals 36, yes, so x equals 4. Okay, 2f. X plus 9 equals 108 over 3. I know that's a big number, but all we have to do is divide. So 108 divided by 3. 3 goes into 10 3 times. 3 times 3 is 9. Subtract 1, bring down my 8. 3 goes into 18. 6 times. 18, 0. So 3 goes into 108 36 times. So x plus 9 equals 36. Then I have to subtract 9 from each side. So minus 9, minus 9. 36 minus 9 is 27. So x equals 27. To check, well, I'd see, does 27 plus 9 equal 108 divided by 3? Both sides equal 36, so yes, x equals 27. 2g. X over 6 equals 14 minus 7. Well, I know that 14 minus 7 is 7, so x over 6 equals 7. Then I have to multiply both sides by 6. 7 times 6 is 42. Those two 6's cancel out. So x equals 42. To check that to see if it's right, 42 over 6 equals 14 minus 7. 42 divided by 6 is 7. 14 minus 7 is 7. So that is correct. X equals 42. Okay, skip down to number 3, 3a. It's a word problem. It tells us that the perimeter equals 24, and it wants to know what the length is of each side. We know that our perimeter formula is 4 times s. So our equation will be 24 equals 4s. Well, just like before, whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other, and you're trying to get s by itself because you want to know how much each s or each side equals. So I divide each side by 4, divide by 4, divide by 4. So that just becomes s. And then 24 divided by 4 is 6. So each side is 6. On B, it gives us an area of a rectangle question, and it tells us that the area is 40 and that the length is 10. So our area formula is length times width. So 40 equals 10 times width. Well, to get W, or the width by itself, we have to divide each side by 10. So divide by 10, divide by 10. So W equals 40 divided by 10, which is 4. So the width is 4. I hope all this makes sense, 6th grade. If you have any questions, as always, reach out to me on Zoom, reach out to me on Jupiter. Stay safe. I'll see you soon.